And I'm my own spoilers. Who are who they stealing? I got beats. I got beats. And if I see you, you know I get it.
What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Lynn, and I'm back with my second video, my vivacious video today. One, I want to apologize for the quality in my last video. See, the thing is, I recorded that video on my phone because I couldn't find my SD card to my camera, and I recorded the whole thing, including the intro, and put it on my computer and realized, yeah. So anyways, we're back. With the story time I told y'all I was gonna do. So y'all can tell by the title that I am going to be just doing a brief story of me going to Florida and how my experience was. And for anybody watching that's thinking about moving across the country with no money, your girl can give you some advice on how that went. Yeah, so y'all know me, I'm not gonna prolong you, so here we go. Y'all, so yeah. Me moving to Florida was my decision for me. So just a little small disclaimer for all of my friends and family. It was nothing that anyone did to me that made me leave and up and leave. My experience while I was there was amazing, yet horrifying. I had a lot of great times, a lot of bad times while I was there. So I'm just offering a few tips to y'all, to anyone who wants to move across the country, and just give you those tips and advice and my experience at the same time. So when I first decided to move to Florida, it was like 4 in the morning, and I had been waking up super distraught, crying, praying, trying to figure out what's going on with me. And I was packing my things and sorry, I was moving to Florida. And then 24 hours later, I was there. Yeah, that's literally how that went. Like, everything went so fast. Like, I remember driving, and while driving, half the time, literally half of the 17 hours, I was crying, y'all. My eyes were so swollen. I was crying tears of happiness, tears of joy, tears of like stress just coming out, of relief, of like me just feeling like I was in a different place already, and it was great. It felt really good. I felt really stagnant back home, like I wasn't really living life or living up to my potential. So this was definitely a trust fall of faith. And if y'all are feeling that way, coming from me, I can't tell you not to go, because that was what I did and it helped me. It really did. But you have to really accept being vulnerable and giving yourself over to Christ and just listening and obeying and heeding, because if it wasn't for that and me learning that within the few weeks of me being there, I don't know how I would have made it. So spiritually is the #1 tip. Let me bring it up here for you. Spiritually is the first thing that you guys should is the first thing that you guys should incorporate when deciding to move across the country. You should incorporate prayer, having God, building that personal relationship, because when you're in a different town, different city, a different area, even if you know a few people, that's not enough. It really is not enough, trust me. I thought having 1 or 2 friends in Florida was going to be good for me. I spent all my time with her. Hey, with them, because I mean, look, y'all, 1 or 2 friends in a different place is not enough. Like, do better than I did and actually want friends, because I didn't want friends when I got there. So it really hurt me mentally, and that's another thing. Mentally is the second thing that you guys need to be prepared before you move across the country. Before you do that thing over there. Before you do all of that, you need to make sure that you're mentally ready, because it's stressful. It's hard. Your girl was homeless for a few weeks. Didn't know how I was gonna eat. Hunger pains, hard, okay? So it's not easy to do it, especially by yourself. So if you're moving across the country and you're doing it by yourself, you need to be grounded spiritually, or at least a strong enough relationship with God for Him to carry you. 2, you need to be mentally ready to do it because you're by yourself. And 3, emotionally, because it gets hard again and your mental will break you down. You start crying and stuff like that. I cried so much my first year in Florida, like so freaking much, bro. I'm crying on average 2 or 3 times a week, and y'all, that's a lot for me. It really is. So it was difficult, man. It was difficult. Emotionally, I was missing my friends, my family, and missing the food. Yeah. I didn't know I had an emotional connection to Jack in the Box until I moved to Florida. I cried because I couldn't get 2 tacos for $1. I did, and I'm not ashamed to say it. Jack in the Box is life. And they don't have none in Florida. They might have one, and it was maybe like 4 or 5 hours away. No, not. So, spiritually, grounded myself. Mentally, didn't have no choice. Emotionally, I just cried my way through. Physically, boy, physically, Florida whooped my tail, bro. It whooped me because my skin broke out so bad. I was getting bit by spiders. I was getting bit by the biggest mosquitoes I've ever seen in my life. Lizards were like this big, bro. The lizards were huge. Iguanas getting into the house, like different bugs I ain't never seen. Like, I'm itching right now. Different bugs I've never seen in my life. The sun in Texas is like right here. The sun in Florida is like right here. Okay? It's like right up on you. It's right up on you. And it don't care. It was eating the paint. It was eating the paint off of my license plate, y'all. That's dangerous. That's freaking dangerous. Like, the paint off the license plate, like some acid or something. Like, that's the sun that's shining on our skin every day. And people wonder why the black people and the brown skinned people in Florida are so like shiny and melanin like infused, because the vitamin D is for real out there. Like, I got a little tan, y'all, and I'm not light skinned or dark really, but when I was there, pretty brown eyes, you know. It was more about my skin though, because my eyes are kind of dark. Next time I insert a song, it needs to be the right one. Anyways. So yeah, and after going through all the physical strengths on the outside, I got Bell's palsy while I was there, where the one side of my face like slouched, like the nerve in it just died. I ended up getting a back spasm in my back, where one of the muscles in my back, I couldn't walk or sit hardly for like 2 or 3 days. I went to the hospital like 4 times. I was sick 3 or 4 times the first year. Like, Florida whooped my tail, bro. I was like sick a lot, like sick all the time, hurting all the time, going in and out of jobs. I couldn't like keep a job for some reason. Like, the companies there are super janky. Everybody is like, yeah, you know, it's just too much. It was a lot. But the second year though, that second year I was there, y'all, I had the time of my life. Your gal had the time of her life. Not a thing could touch me, okay? I was a Floridian. I was literally embedded. Like, after New Year's, I was like,
you know what, I'm here, and I'm here to stay. Thank you, Florida, for welcoming me. I'm not going anywhere. And that's what I thought. That's
what I thought until the end of that year, and then I ended up back home. But I'm glad I went. I'm really glad I went, and I'm hoping that me explaining myself and my testimony and giving y'all my story and how stuff went while I was there will really influence y'all to live life, y'all, because I had a great time. I learned so much, so many things I'm going to be able to tell my kids that my parents didn't teach me, or that I didn't learn in school, or that I didn't learn while I was here. I was young, and I was just soaking it all in like a sponge, you know? Me and SpongeBob were kicking it. We were. under the sea in West Palm Beach, Florida. Anyways, I plan on going back. I don't know if I'm moving, but I plan on visiting for sure. So anybody that ever wants to go with the kid, I'm always down to travel with anyone. I can't wait to just make enough money to go around traveling, making money while I travel. Like, that's the goal. That's the goal. But this was just a short story. Like I said, I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I did promise you guys a video. So
I got bitches, and if I see your hoe, you know I get them digits.